What's up, ladies and gentlemen, it's video, and welcome to the monthly discussion for May. It is June 1st, and the time right now is 2:22 a.m. Overall, I really didn't do much throughout May, and I kind of hate that a lot. I mostly just ended up watching a bunch of live streams post live stream. So I watched a lot of that mainly. Throughout the first 2 weeks, I want to say, for May. And a week ago, I can say the same thing. That, along with just watching a bunch of random YouTube videos as well. I always force myself to go back to Marvel Gen to finish watching that in English. I pretty much left off at episode 16 if I'm remembering right. It's had 10 episodes I need to watch. So I finally got around to just getting that show off of the to watch list finally. I also gotta force myself to go back to Charging Top Spinner as well. I watched a decent bit of that again. I'm basically left off pretty much needing to watch season 2. Currently, I think I'm at least halfway through watching that season. So that's what? There's 26 episodes a season if I'm remembering right. Last time I watched, I think it was 14 or 15. Well, regardless, still gotta try to finish watching that, so I also ended up watching a animated Batman movie as well. Really do not remember the name of it. I'm gonna try to figure it out. Literally trying to figure it out now. This is it, I think, ain't it? Yeah. So I ended up watching Batman and the Mask of the Phantom? I have no idea how the fuck you say it. Phantom? Yeah, I don't know. I'm butchering that word. Whatever it is. I know it's a movie from 1993. I ended up watching that 2 weeks ago, I think. Just because I was bored, I guess. Which brings me to... I have a lot more movies on my to watch list than I ever thought I had. I knew I had a large list of movies jotted down I want to watch, or at least check out. But I did not think that list was as long as it is. Literally, roughly added up how many movies I want to watch. And honestly, it's gonna take me forever to watch all of these. If I actually want to check them all out. So, roughly my to watch list for movies. I also just did all this adding up to see the rough total of movies. One day when I was just bored again. So yeah, as things stand, there was a grand total of 2,028 plus movies and counting I want to try to watch. Yeah, I've got my work cut out for me. I was thinking like I had like maybe over 1,000 movies I wanted to watch. Not over 2,000. Yeah, that's gonna take me a long time to watch all of that. Especially since on average, I tend to watch like one, two, five movies a year. If that. Sometimes. Some years none, even. Yeah, that's definitely something I might need to try to focus on at some point. That is a lot of movies. I can only imagine how many shows that I want to watch. Episode number wise. Yeah, that's gotta be far worse than the movies. It has to be. I really gotta start watching that stuff a lot more. Actual movies and shows. I've just been watching too many random ass videos for YouTube and everything lately. And I kind of feel like that's going to continue. Which is good, but at the same time not. Because it takes away a lot of time from a bunch of other stuff. But regardless, I mainly watch live streams post live stream along with a bunch of random YouTube videos and some of Chelsea Top Spinner and basically the second half of Mobile Gen. That's pretty much all I watched this month. As far as what games end up playing, made some more progress with Digital Hacker's Memory. Even though a new video hasn't gone up in a while now, I just gotta get around to editing all this stuff. But yeah, currently we are sitting at 74 videos total for Digital Hacker's Memory. And the most recent video to go up for Hacker's Memory would be 53, if I'm remembering right. So I've got quite a bit to edit for that at this point. I did make some more progress actually editing a few videos for Persona 3 this month at least. I think I only edited like 3 or 4 videos, I think. Something like that. That playthrough is still currently sitting at 38 videos total. So I still have plenty to edit for that. Persona 5 hasn't changed in a while either. Just gotta get into editing it. That's still sitting at currently 114 videos total. Still gotta edit the rest of Bakugan Defenders of the Core at some point. Slowly but slowly, I'm trying to actually edit this stuff. Mainly because I don't have the memory at this point to record anything else. So I'm kind of forced to start editing these Let's Play videos finally. But yeah, played some Hacker's Memory this month along with what's the name of that game again? I am not even sure. So I also tried out finally Kaz and the Wild Mask. Honestly, this game's definitely difficult, but surprisingly more fun than I thought it would be. I haven't finished it yet, but I've had the game for years at this point. Again, I was bored one night, figured I'd try it out finally. I think I spent at least a week and a half playing that game. Still never really finished it. I think I put about 15 hours into it, if I'm remembering right. Beyond that, I also tried out a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 1 for the Switch, which brings me to pickups, because I ended up getting that game for Switch. That game wasn't really on my wish list to get for the Nintendo Switch until only last year, I think. Until I realized, oh wait, it's for the Switch. You can actually play this game portably if you want to now. I saw some of the games I have for the Switch are solely because I forgot that the Switch is also a handheld. So you can play these good games in hand. And I completely forgot about that for Audio 1. Somehow. So I finally figured I'd pick up the game, because chances are, if Audio 2 actually comes up with Switch 2, the first game for the first Switch is more than likely gonna jump up in price even more. So I figured I'd get it while it's still slightly affordable. So I snagged that while I could. I tried it out for maybe like an hour or two. Did the first few missions. Messed around a little bit in the game. But that's about it. Don't know if I'm going to commit to a full playthrough of that version of the game yet. I think it was more so I just wanted to try it out in hand, if anything. But yeah, we'll get back to pickups again in a bit, but as far as other games I end up playing, Again, another random one. I mainly just felt like playing something that I didn't need to pay full attention to while watching some of those live streams. So early on in the month, I randomly went back to Ghost of Tsushima and ended up getting the platinum for it. So yeah, random as hell, but ended up going back to that game and getting the platinum for it. Not gonna lie, I thought I did a lot more in this game in my only playthrough of it than what I actually remembered. I thought I did way more in the game. Yeah, that was not the case. And I'm not even gonna lie, it took me like 4 to 5 hours of just failure after failure of getting used to the controls for this game again. Yeah, getting used to the controls for that game again definitely took a while. That is for sure. Although other than that, I've also just been randomly, every so often, for like a few minutes each time, just hopping into a emulated version of Pokemon Emerald, not Emerald, Pokemon Sapphire, randomly as well, and just playing through that game via speed up. Why? Don't know. If anything, it's kind of a good little place, I guess we can call it, to hop into if I'm watching something but don't really want to pay full attention to it. So that kind of keeps me a little bit busy, I guess. I don't know, this month was weird. As far as other pickups go, if I'm remembering right, I ended up getting my second booster box for Digimon World Convergence, along with other Digimon cards as well, if I'm remembering right. Ended up getting another pack of Kingdoms. I haven't gotten a Kingdoms pack in a few months, so I figured I'd get another one. I find it weird though that the newest set that came out for that came out in late April. I've kind of been looking for it for a few weeks. And anytime I went to that one card shop or a comic book store that happens to have trading cards as well, just not as much, but some. But well, anytime I went to any of those stores, never noticed any new packs. But it wasn't until a little after I opened the most recent one I got that I noticed something. The only indication that it's a newer set is a small sticker on the bottom of the packaging for the previous sets or set. The packaging for Kingdoms is a bit weird. So they're literally just using the same packaging, but slapped a small sticker on the bottom. Yeah, you're not gonna notice that first glance. I definitely didn't. I actually figured I just picked up an older pack, to be honest. Immediately after opening it. Yeah, the cards even have a new layout now, apparently. That was like the first thing I noticed. Eventually I noticed that sticker on the packaging. How I didn't notice that earlier, I don't know. But yeah, no, I actually figured it would have been like a different packaging for a different set, you know? There are two different types of packagings for Kingdoms, honestly. You have like a cardboard thing that's pretty much, I'm going to assume, manually cut. And someone manually puts the cards into the cardboard protector, whatever the hell you call it. And it's just a big gold sticker on the back, keeping everything from falling out. I believe that's the original packaging. The other packaging is actually like sealed plastic rather than like folded cardboard held together by a sticker. To be honest, I don't know. They're still using that plastic packaging now, it seems. I actually haven't seen the cardboard packaging in a while. The only like actual cardboard packaging I've seen lately would just be the deck boxes, honestly. The starter decks themselves. Which, as far as I can tell, I think there's still only 3 of them. All I know is, as far as I can tell, the list for the cards for that game still hasn't been updated yet. Apparently. So honestly, it's definitely difficult to tell just how many cards there are for this game at this point. But anyway, I'll stop ranting about Kingdoms. Other than one pack of Kingdoms, got that booster box for Digimon. I think some other random packs for Digimon as well. If I'm remembering right. Ended up getting another card binder since I needed one. Again. A lot more card sleeves as well. I also was able to actually get some Pokemon Destined Rivals, surprisingly. I literally just went there when they opened. The day the set came out. I was able to just get 5 packs. When Johnny Together came out, I basically did the same thing. But I only ended up getting 3 packs. This time I ended up getting 5. But that's only because they were cheaper than I thought they'd be. which I'm not complaining. I have a whole... Did I get any flesh and blood this month? Maybe. Yeah, just maybe. I'm not quite sure. At any rate, basically pickups are trading codes, Red Dead Redemption 1 for Switch, and Undead Nightmare, that's a part of it. And also a t-shirt. That's literally the pickups. Not too much overall. Either or. I guess that's basically it. So rather than just continuing to rant for seemingly no reason, we'll just go call things here. Maybe next month will be a bit more interesting, who knows. Either or. Till next time, stay golden.